Hello and welcome to another edition of Spooky Reviews from Spooky Ventures. I'm Gary Hill and I'm both your host and your reviewer. This is our 223rd edition, and this time around I'm looking at a movie, but not a specific release of that movie. The film is called Coven. Now this is a made-for-TV movie from 1987 that was also titled Bay Cove. Given that the connection of the two names is part of the plot of the movie, that kind of makes sense. Now, this film has a cast filled with named actors like Pamela Sue Martin, Tim Matheson, Jeff Conaway, Woody Harrelson, and more. Perhaps the coolest appearance here is Barbara Billingsley, TV's June Cleaver, who plays an older lady who has sold her house to a young couple moving onto the island, with the caveat that she be allowed to stay on the property. There are a lot of layers of deception to this movie. The setup with a young couple getting a deal on a home in a secluded area actually made me think of The Money Pit, but this is definitely not a comedy. It does tend to be a little slow at times, but there are enough little creepy things going on even in the slow parts to keep it from really bogging down. I will say that given the name quality here, one would expect the acting to be top-notch. A lot of it is, but there are some exceptions to that rule. Other than some minor pacing things, which I mentioned earlier, I think the movie works really well. One other issue I had is that the main character of the film, the wife of the couple, makes some really stupid decisions. I get it, it's a horror movie, people make stupid decisions, but she keeps doing it over and over again. The main premise of the movie, which you'll find in the synopsis and which the naming thing I talked about earlier reveals, is pretty intriguing and works well. There is also some great scenery in the film. Another point I need to bring up is that the movie just screams 1980s in look, clothing, hairstyles, and pretty much everything. It seems to me that looking back on the various eras I've lived through, the 80s is one that looks more dated now than most of the others do. That just might be a personal thing, though. Overall, this is quite an entertaining movie. While with the title and the synopsis, you have a good idea of what's going to happen in the film, it still manages to surprise at times. I think it has some good suspense, too. Honestly, I feel the film works well despite some shortcomings. Spooky Ventures is the home for spooky content and spooky merchandise on the web. Check it out today at spookyventures.com. And remember, always keep it spooky.